Highlights. Lagos State's government task year 2024 clean air delegate on workable policy to eradicate air pollution. Police to commence enforcement of electronic motor registry from July 29. On the foreign scene, UN mission to Libya calls for immediate release of detained journalists. In sports, Serbian tennis player Novak Djokovic to face Spanish Carlos Alcaraz in final of Wimbledon 2024 championship. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Lagos State Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokuma Wahab, has called on the delegate of the year 2024 Clean Air Forum to come up with an appropriate policy framework that could help to address the persistent air pollution problem with the African continent, noting that air pollution is a major environmental threat to the continent. Wahab made the call while welcoming organizers of the Clean Air Forum who paid a courtesy visit to his office, reaffirming the state's government's commitment to implementing policies that will address the issue of air pollution and other climate change problems that may have a direct effect on the health of the citizenry. He expressed concern about the level of air pollution in the African region and tasked the delegation to come up with appropriate solution and policy frameworks that could help tackle the problem of air pollution and its attendant effect on human health. Assuring of the state's government commitment to tackling all forms of environmental degradation, including air pollution, Wahab stated that Lagos would take into consideration the outcome and recommendations by experts at the forum on how air quality in the state could be improved upon in its policy formulation and implementation. As part of its effort to provide quality education in the state, the Lagos State government has set aside Saturday, 20th July, for the conduct of the placement test by continuous assessment course for primary 6 pupils in the state. In a statement signed by the director, Lagos State Examinations Board, Adebayo Orosholu, the test will hold across the 6 education districts in the state. Orosholu enjoined authorities of public and approved private primary schools in the state to take note of the date and ensure that parents and guardians are duly informed so that all eligible pupils can participate in the exercise. He assured stakeholders and parents that no child would be left unattended to, stressing that machinery has been set in motion to ensure the conduct of a seamless, hitch-free and successful exercise. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Hamid Dangiwa, has directed an immediate and comprehensive investigation into the collapse of the Send Academy School building in Jos, Plateau State, which occurred on Friday. Dangiwa, in a statement, described the incident as unacceptable and promised that anyone found culpable will face the full wrath of the law. The minister expressed his condolences to the families of those who lost their lives and wished those in the hospital a speedy recovery. Meanwhile, 74 students who were injured when the 2-story building collapsed at the Center Academy have been treated and discharged, as 58 others are still on admission at the different hospitals in the city. Commissioner of Information and Communication Musa Asham said the state's government has declared a 3-day mourning from July 13 to 15 to mourn the loss of the 22 persons who lost their lives in the incident. During this time, all flags will be flown at half-mast to honor the victims of the school building collapse. And now to the rest of the stories. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has ordered the enforcement of the digitalized Central Motor Registry beginning from July 29, 2024. Egbetokun said it is to modernize and digitize the motor vehicle registration system, bolstering the nation's safety and security framework. He said the transition to a digitalized system will streamline the documentation and verification processes for vehicle ownership and related transactions. Egbetokun also said the ECMR system will make services like change of ownership, license number, engine and chassis body seamless, ensuring vehicle genuineness, aiding in tracking and recovery of stolen vehicles and preventing the sale of stolen vehicles to innocent buyers. The electronic CMR is an advanced real-time online repository of motor vehicle data designed to support police investigation and operational activities and combat vehicle-related crimes, including terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and armed robbery. The federal government has commenced the free conversion of petrol and diesel-powered commercial vehicles to compressed natural gas (CNG) in a bid to cut the cost of transportation nationwide. It stated the exercise in Abuja and Lagos, urging commercial transport owners to key into the scheme by bringing their vehicles to be converted, stressing that the use of CNG will reduce the cost of transportation by over 40%. Officials of the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation, along with those from the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, monitored the commencement of the exercise at the Federal Capital Territory as transporters brought in their vehicles to be converted. Program Director and Chief Executive Officer, Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, Michael Oluwagbemi, said the federal government had declared that the conversion of petrol and diesel-powered commercial vehicles to run on compressed natural gas was going to be free of charge. Speaking at one of the conversion centers during the commencement of the exercise, Sales and Business Development Manager, PCNGI, Lara Ogunleye, urged transporters to take advantage of the offer. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of Mr. Omar Mohammed as the new Director General of the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency, Mr. Tosin Adeyanju as the new Executive Secretary to the National Lottery Trust Fund, and Mr. Silas Agara as the new Director General of the National Directorate of Employment. Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, made this known in a statement. According to the statement, the newly appointed Director General of NHSA is an architect and also a construction technology and environment professional, while Silas Agara of the National Directorate of Employment is an entrepreneur and sport administrator who previously served as the Deputy Governor of Nasarawa State. Meanwhile, Mr. Tosin Adeyanju succeeds Bello Maigari, who former President Muhammadu Buhari reappointed in March 2023. The president described Adeyanju as an accomplished administrator and good governance advocate. In foreign news now, the United Nations mission in Libya has called for immediate release of a journalist detained in Tripoli 2 days ago, saying all media workers should be kept safe. UN said it was concerned by the arbitrary arrest and detention of journalist Hamid Sanusi on 11th of July. Sanusi is the general manager of internet channel Tabadol and a TV program presenter on the Tunisia-based Wasat TV channel. The mission said stifling journalists reporting fosters a climate of fear and undermines the environment needed for Libya's democratic transition. In sport now, Serbian professional tennis player Novak Djokovic has swept past Italians Lorenzo Musetti to book his second successive Wimbledon final against defending champion Carlos Alcaraz and move one win away from a record-setting 25th Grand Slam title. Just 5 weeks after undergoing knee surgery, 7-time Wimbledon champion Djokovic reached his 10th final at the All England Club with a 3-0 win over the Italian 25th seed. A break in the opening game of the third set launched Djokovic on his way to victory against a demoralized Musetti, who served 3 match points before he completed his program to yet another Wimbledon final. Also, Alcaraz defeated Daniil Medvedev with a 3-1 win to reach a fourth Grand Slam final. And that's it on the news at 6, but just before we go, ensure you make use of your seatbelt while driving. You can follow us on like all the various social media platforms. X Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration provided 450,000 pupils with e-learning devices? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Dr. Wahab, has called on the delegate of the year 2024 Clean Air Forum to come up with an appropriate policy framework that could help to address the persistent air pollution problem in the African continent, noting that air pollution is a major environmental threat to the continent. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has ordered the enforcement of digitalized Central Model Registry beginning from July 29, 2024. We also told you that United Nations mission in Libya has called for immediate release of a journalist detained in Tripoli 2 days after saying all media workers should be kept safe. In sports, Serbian professional tennis player Novak Djokovic has swept past Italian Lorenzo Musetti to book a second successive Wimbledon final against defending champions Carlos Alcaraz and move one win away from a record-setting 25th Grand Slam title. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Idowalaya. I'm Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
In a city that never sleeps, and traffic that never slows.